everyone, Diane here. Today, we are going to be using our wonderful minds to think about how we can identify different characteristics of different triangles. Before we jump into it, let's talk about what we know about triangles. Share that with your people, and me too. Yes, it is three-sided, and it's a closed figure. Oh, that was another good one. There are different types, like equilateral. So here are some different triangles. Right now, let's take a little bit of time to look at these triangles. What do you see they have in common? And do you notice some things that are very different? So you notice that some of the triangles have different side lengths. Yes, I see that with this one here. I heard someone else say something about the corners of some triangles. We call these angles, and yes, some have very different size angles. We have 3 ways to talk about angles for today. There are more, but we'll save them for another time. A right angle is 90 degrees, like the corner of a paper or an L. We then have an acute angle that's smaller than 90 degrees, like when a cabinet is mostly closed or I'm using my hand as a mouth. And then there are obtuse angles that are larger than 90 degrees, like when a cabinet is all the way open and I'm looking for my favorite cereal for a snack, or when my arm is almost all the way straight. We'll come back to these triangles, but what I want you to do now is hop up and find a spot where you have some space. Let's do some math yoga. That's right, we're going to be making triangles with our bodies. You can use your arms, your legs, the floor, a wall, whatever to help you. We're going to start with making any triangle that you want. I'm going to make one using my lower body as one side, my upper body as the second side, and the floor as my third side. So go ahead and get into your poses, and we're gonna take some deep breaths. Be the triangle. You are the triangle. All right. Do my sides look pretty close to being equal? They look pretty close to me. Y'all are doing a great job with your poses. When the sides are all equal, that is called an equilateral triangle. Equa for equal and lateral for sides. If we look at the angles of this triangle, what do you notice? Yeah, I heard several different ideas. One person said there are 3 of them. Someone else said it looks like all of them are less than 90 degrees. Does anyone remember what those are called? Say it with me, everybody. Acute angles. Let's try another triangle pose. I want to make a triangle with 3 different side lengths. Let's try that out. You can get creative with this. Maybe have someone with you help you out. Right, so I'm going to stretch out my legs and I'm going to put my arms like I'm trying to touch my ankle. You can see deep breaths. Right here is my triangle. Hold it just for a little bit. All right. Some people made really big differences when they were making their triangles. Other people made some really small differences, like bending their elbow or knee to change the length of the sides. So as you can see from the example that I had, I used my stretched out leg, arm, and body to make 3 different side lengths. This is called a scalene triangle. All 3 sides are different lengths, and it could look like this. Do you notice anything about the angles of this triangle? Yeah, that's true. Someone said it looks like one is obtuse and the other 2 are acute. That's what I noticed too. We could also call this triangle an obtuse triangle because of that one obtuse angle. So now, hop up if you're sitting for one final triangle pose. This time, I want you to try and make a triangle with two sides that are congruent. I'm going to try it just using one leg, but feel free to get creative again. All right, here we go. All right, woo. If you lose your balance, that's totally fine. We make a triangle right here. All right, deep breath. Everybody see the triangle? All right. Everybody got their pose? I think you're doing a great job. Do you think this one was more challenging than the others? When a triangle has exactly two equal sides, it's called an isosceles triangle. For this one, I also have a right angle, so it could be called a right triangle too. From our triangles up here, do you see any that have a right triangle too? Yeah, this is the one that caught my eye first. Maybe it's the same one for you. Now that we've gotten our examples for all of our triangles, let's look at the rest of these. It's neat how, even though all of these are all the same triangles, they don't exactly look the same. And look at that. From our yoga poses, we have sorted our triangles into groups based on their side lengths. We talked some about the angle measurements, and you'll also get a chance to practice that with some other activities. Today, we focused on equilateral triangles with 3 equal sides, isosceles triangles with 2 equal sides, and scalene triangles with no equal sides. We also got to see some right angles, acute, and obtuse angles. Thanks for the yoga class. Keep practicing those triangle poses. Bye, y'all.